Hello. I bet you've been wondering where I've been these past months. Oh God. I've been doing things in my life, and one of them was seeing the new Mario Galaxy movie. It made $372.6 million on opening weekend, so it fulfilled its purpose money-wise. But if you look at any reviews for it, then you'll see that I'm not controversial when I say
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
it was trying to be too many things. It was trying to be Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros., Mario Maker, Mario Galaxy, Bowser's Fury, Super Mario 64 DS gambling minigame, Star Fox? That's not even from the fucking franchise. There were too many small characters in the movie which distracted from our main cast, most notably Rosalina, just to make way for extra Easter eggs. Don't get me wrong, I love Easter eggs in movies, they're a lot of fun. But if you center a whole movie's premise on them, then you end up with a movie that wants to be too many things. The animated Star Fox sequence in the middle is beautifully animated, and it would make a terrific spin-off TV show, but it pulls too much away from the main plot and characters that it just overloads you. It really feels like a movie made by and for TikTok and Shorts viewers, which isn't a bad thing. There are plenty of good TikTokers and Shorts YouTubers, but both of these things are good for short-form content. And this is a whole movie. It ends up with the whole movie moving too fast and overstimulating. Spoiler warning for the next section because I break down the whole movie. If you want a spoiler-free review, go to the timestamp shown on screen now. Alright, so the movie opens on Rosalina tucking in a bunch of Lumas to bed. And right off the bat, we see this movie is just plain unfunny comedy. I know this is an Illumination movie, but I expected better of them. The same people who made Secret Life of Pets and the original Despicable Me hired some new writers for this movie, so that its comedy is clearly geared towards first graders.
Everyone calm down!
Rosalina pulls out a book with the power of the Force, a power we will only see in the cold open and then will be forgotten about for the rest of the movie. She starts to read a story about Peach, something we haven't heard before, but because the Lumas are supposed to be in the shoes of our target brain-rotted audience, they just want to hear a recap of the previous movie, so I'm happy when a Dr. Eggman-looking creature goes to kidnap Rosalina. She fights it off for a little while with her flying power, which we also don't see for the rest of the movie, but then gets captured. And this part pisses me off. She was literally flying 2 seconds ago, but now that someone's gripping her, she just can't fly. And she took a book out with just her hand, not her magic wand. She could just use her hand magic to pry the fingers off her, fly away, and just kick his ass. Then we go to Mario Odyssey Sandland, because why the f*** not? Also, Yoshi is there, but, no. His only purpose in this movie is to act as a stand-in for minions. Think about it. He has no plot significance, nobody can understand him, they give him way too much screen time, but kids love him anyways, and he's not even that funny. We are given a story of why he ended up in a pipe. Spoiler alert, it doesn't have any plot significance. It's just a lot of setup for a joke about Mario not being able to understand the Yoshi language. Then Yoshi hops on a motorcycle. Anyways, the person who kidnapped Rosalina was Bowser Jr. We don't know why he kidnapped her yet, but it will be revealed. He flies his spaceship with Rosalina in it to his own planet, Planet Bowser. There, Bowser Jr. says he's going to use Rosalina's power to destroy the universe. But wouldn't this, kill him? Later, when we learn more about his plan, destroying the entire universe is not his actual plan. He just said that for intimidation and confusion for the audience. He tries to take one of Rosalina's kids to... I don't even know what he was going to do with the kid, but either way, Rosalina crashes out, breaks her shackles, and gets her kid to run away. Bowser Jr. catches her and covers her in the purple-black liquid that is never explained. Neither is Rosalina's powers. If you played Bowser's Fury, you would know that Bowser Jr. paints with that liquid to make the paint real, but this is never explicitly explained in the movie. Well, explicitly explained is fun to say. Also, when Rosalina slams everyone out, she uses her magic wand, which we saw evaporate in the cold open. Does that mean that she magically got it back, or does that mean that whenever she loses her wand, then at will, she can teleport it back to her? Either way, she had her wand at her disposal if she could use it now, which means that she could have broken out of her cell at any point. Also, the Lumas all call Rosalina Mommy, which means that either they're adopted or, Then cut to an unnecessary montage of Luigi, Mario, and Yoshi dressing up for a Princess Peach party. Mario has a gift to give her, but he's afraid that Peach might not like it. It's an umbrella. Who the hell wants an umbrella for their birthday? Also, I don't like the will they, won't they with Mario and Peach, because we all know they will. It's just annoying that you sit through 3 hours of Mario movies and all you get between them is a kiss on the cheek. Also, the lack of Keegan-Michael Key in this movie is very sad. He was one of the funniest parts of the original Mario movie, and in this one he only got 3 minutes of screen time. And most of the lines were to set up jokes and punchlines for other people to finish. Mario wants to go give Peach her present, but she isn't at the party, so he meets her at the top of the castle. They have a contest on who can dump the most unimportant exposition, and Peach wins. However, she almost got disqualified because she mentioned the fact that she and Rosalina are related. This isn't important to the story or anything, but it does come up later in the movie. Some stars fall from the sky like in the beginning of the Mario Galaxy game, and a bunch of the Lumas crash land in the middle of the mushrooms. Luma says that Peach has to go find Rosalina, but the Toads don't want her to leave. So Peach does a logical thing, grabs a Keegan-Michael Key Toad, and flies into space using a launch star. She leaves a note for Mario, addressing it to Mustache for no reason. Like, seriously, it isn't funny, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't say that in the game, why put it in the movie? The letter basically says, hey, so you're in charge of the kingdom now. Okay, bye. So because Mario is so nice, he helps around town for 2 minutes to squeeze in yet another montage. Illumination likes their montages, what can I say? Then Mario and Luigi are called to check on Bowser. Bowser shows off his paintings. Mario's a little bitch about it, calling them trash. Bowser crashes out and then says goodnight. Then apparently Bowser ate too much Taco Bell and let out a fart so massive the whole castle started shaking. Sorry, that wasn't Taco Bell, but Bowser Jr.'s ship selecting a castle. The ship beams the whole castle up with Mario and Luigi in it. For some reason, in this world, there's air in space and everyone can breathe without astronaut suits because they go out onto the balcony to look into space. How are they breathing? This movie makes no sense. Then Bowser Jr. kindly asks for his father back. Mario the asshole says no, so Bowser Jr. puts on some netherite armor and starts fighting them. Yoshi, Mario, and Luigi win because a 3v1 is just unfair, but the ship falls out of space and crash lands in the B Galaxy, breaking so much crap along the way. And oh no! Bowser escapes his tiny castle and is trying to convince Mario to make him normal side. What silly hijinks will they get into? Hey, whatever happened to Toad and Peach? Well, they just arrived at an airport sort of thing. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. A monkey named Yukiki steals Toad's backpack, and when they go to find him, he enters the back rooms. What the hell? Well, it turns out it isn't the back room, just an underground city. It's kind of red. You might even say it's the Nether.
The Nether. The Nether. The Nether. The Nether.
Anyways, Bowser Jr. is looking for his dad. Took them a 2-minute scene to explain that to us. That is it. The entire scene is just Bowser Jr. explaining he wants to look for his dad. Meanwhile, with one hat, two hat, red hat, green hat, and Yoshi, Mario gets annoyed with Bowser's incessant pleading to become human-sized, so he gives in and makes him big. Instead of trying to kill Mario like we all thought, he just gives him a ginormous kiss on the face. The chase with Leech and Toad continues at a casino. Gambling. Bet you know about that, Nintendo, huh? Yeah, gambling. So the monkey goes to the crime mafia boss, who is a frog, and throws Toad's manuscript at him for like no fucking reason other than the point of comedy. Leech tries to get Rosalina's location out of him, but he doesn't like this interrogation and sends out a bunch of dudes with red nipples after them. Bleach beats the crap out of them, and Yukiki gives them their backpack back. Side quest. The frog tells them that Rosalina is in the Gateway Galaxy, but we've been away from Wario and Luigi for too long, so let's get back to the A story. They go to the Bee Queen to try and escape the Bee Galaxy, but she wants them to go to jail because they wrecked her planet. Bowser, who went through his character arc off-screen, decides to take their sentence in order for them to go. Doesn't really matter anyways because Bowser Jr. just abducts him when he's cleaning up the rubble. Bowser is proud of his son and they have an exposition dump / flashback where Bowser does a puppet show for his kid about how they will rule the world. It's one of the few moments I like in this movie. It's a happy, wholesome moment showing that even though both of them are evil, they can still be kind to each other. Their plan is to make a Boomsday device to explode every planet they don't like. So, not the whole universe. And it is powered by Rosalina? How? Good question. It's never answered. Then Comics said that there was a problem and the frog from the casino came on the phone. I don't know what they were talking about. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. Then we cut back to the airport where there's a bunch of robot minions because haha, this is the company that made Minions. What a funny joke. They can't stop talking about the Minions because it appeals to the girls. Anyway, Peach and Toad go to an information desk looking for pilots and fall for some top tier 10 out of 10 rage bait by Rob the Robot. So they go to find a pilot, but the Gateway Galaxy is so dangerous no one wants to do it. No one except for Fox McCloud from Star Fox, a video game franchise where the last game was released 10 years ago. The sequence when he was introduced is 2D animated, and it's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Right before Beseech and Toad leave, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi catch up and go along for the ride. They go into space, and where are the roofs? How can they breathe? Right as this movie was getting better, they had to go and ruin it again. Bowser Jr. and Bowser catch up to them. Bowser Jr. wants to kill them, but Bowser doesn't want that to happen. So Bowser Jr. gets a baby gun and shoots Mario and Luigi to make them babies. They all crash land on a forest planet, and the baby gun somehow ended up there. I don't know how. Bowser Jr. was shooting from inside the spaceship, so unless he just threw it out the window, which he definitely did not, then the gun just teleported there. Yoshi tries to grab it, and the babies go to the dinosaur from the Amazing World of Gumball. Toad gets some away, but Yoshi screams his name when he gets the baby ray waking up the dinosaur. It chases them everywhere until they zap the dinosaur with the baby gun, which they could have done earlier. They reverse the baby gun and make Mario and Luigi adult men again. They walk away to impeach the Star Fox man, who was kinda depressed that his ship died. They never fix his ship because they forgot about his role because it was so small. Yeah, I just remembered, those Lumas are just sitting around at home without a parent. Let's go check on them. When they were busy reenacting the first movie, they start hearing a distress call from Luigi saying they're stuck on the forest planet. And that's the end of that scene. Now to Bowser and his son. Bowser Jr. surprises his dad by building all of Planet Bowser. It's good to see them happy, but it's not good to see Bowser Jr. manipulating his dad into being evil. Good thing we won't have to, because we're back to the Mario storyline. I told you this thing was fast-paced. Anyways, the Lumas received the distress call and went to pick them all up with some advanced technology that I know they did not build. Because, come on, characters with voice actors that are 5 did not build a replica of their home that can fly through space. Reach adventures into the house and finds a book that Rosalina was going to read to the Lumas. She takes a look at it. It says that Rosalina and each were siblings growing up. Rosalina had powers, but the Ops wanted to use them for evil, so Rosalina said bye-bye to speech. Meanwhile, on Planet Bowser, Bowser gets the Grand Tour and he sets up the Boomsday device. And I cannot be the only one who thinks that this is obviously a rebrand of the Collider from Spider-Verse. Just painted a different color. So Screech, Mario, Luigi, Toad, the Lumas, and Yoshi go to free Rosalina. Veach and Mario have to do an obstacle course made by Bowser Jr. that is shown to look like the original Mario game, which, haha, this joke has never been used before. Of course, Teach and Mario beat the obstacle course, and they just need to fight Bowser. They push him into lava, but that doesn't kill him. He just comes back made of bones. And with his son, Mario makes Five Nights at Freddy's security Peach run away and closes a gate that he could obviously fit through. She goes to Rosalina, and Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi fight Bowser and his son. Luigi gets the paintbrush and paints Mr. Game & Watch from Smash Bros. Mr. Game & Watch beats Bowser, but Bowser Jr. gets the paintbrush back and paints the dragon from Mario Odyssey. But this dragon just eats Bowser Jr., which, relatable. And Mario activates his flying powers, which he has now, and his strength to punch through the dragon's stomach and save Bowser Jr. The princess saves Rosalina by creating a burst of static electricity? I don't even know at this point, which destroys the Boomsday device and Planet Bowser, which is kind of a dick move on their part, and it turns all happy like the end of Moana. Then all the Lumas want to go to the castle, but the castle is gone, remember? So they go full Mario Maker, rebuilding the castle, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Wow, that was complete and utter dog shit. That movie is a huge waste of your time and money. If you're thinking about watching this, don't go and expect something good. Expect something bad, grab a group of friends, and watch something better.